when I was on location. So we're going to be using a heavy weight. Oh, I say a heavy weight. This is 10 pounds, okay? So I'm doing this kind of a swing. It's kind of fun. Especially it's fun if you don't try to lift with your arms, okay? All I want you to do in this kind of a warm-up that we're doing and I'm using a jug. You could use weight. You could just swing it right out there. But what you're not going to see me doing is trying to lift with my bending at the elbow. It's a swing. So if I had a kettlebell, which is what I worked on, my son had a 50-pound kettlebell and a 35-pound kettlebell. And so I used that. But if you don't have a jug, this is 10 pounds. This one right here is filled with water and it's 10 pounds. I know, hard to believe, but it is. Okay, see how I'm changing? I'm changing the legs. I'm keeping my shoulder down and I'm making sure to keep my rib cage up, and I'm trying not to excessively wobble to the side. I am not lifting with my arm. This kind of switching and swinging, oh my goodness, you just don't even understand the really good function that it's using through your shoulder without hurting it. That's why this is a very effective warm-up for heavier loads that we're going to be doing today, okay? And as I explained, when I was on location, or I went down to visit my family down in Tennessee, and it, you know, I had very limited Wi-Fi there too, but anyway, I had a 35-pound kettlebell. Okay, a couple more. See how I'm switching? Here's what I want you to ask yourself every time, because once you start doing something like this and you go, oh, that's too easy, let me go do something else. Mistake, okay? Because you start locking that front leg, you start not pulling in the tummy, you start letting your shoulders come up toward your ear. You don't want to do any of those. I'm prepping you. We're getting you ready to do some really nice lifting. Okay, one or two more per leg. Here we go. So this is our lifting Monday. And I'm prepping you to do some pretty heavy lifting. Okay? And one more. Breath. Check your parameters. Okay? Check your lining up is what I'm meaning. Now I'm going to step wide. And I'm going to take, again, now I'm moving out of the warm-up into starting to load. Okay? So the minute I step wide, I'm going to check my body position. Number one, it's very easy if you had a kettlebell, a 10-pound kettlebell, a 5-pound kettlebell. I was working with a 35-pound kettlebell, but this is 10 pounds, okay? So once you've stepped wide, you're going to hip hinge, okay? So we're doing lifting. We're going to do a lot of different lifting in a wide stance, okay? And in order to do that without stressing or hurting joints or hurting backs, then you have to hip hinge. And you have to know how that looks and how that feels. Now, if you don't have a kettlebell or if you don't have a jug, just pick one of your weights up. Hold it with both hands. And as I come down, I just keep reviewing. Where am I feeling the stress? Okay, where am I feeling pressure? I want to pretty much be on all four corners. Hi, you guys. Good to see you out there. Of my foot. That's number one. Especially those of you that have had plantar fasciitis, Achilles tendonitis. This is gently starting to address and push and pull through the foot, the ankle. And I'm gonna just do a couple more here. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked. Now, what you might not realize that I'm doing, that you might not be doing, is when I come up, See, I don't just go right back down. I actually come out of the hip hinge. I soften my knees and I push forward just a little bit through my hip, okay? Drop my shoulders, then I undo that kind of a push, and I go back into a hip hinge and I come down. When I'm in this position, I shift into my heels. Then when I come up right there, I want to squeeze my butt just a little and push forward with the iliac crests, these hip bones. Drop your shoulders. Now, go back into the hip hinge. You're going to come down. And at this point right now, don't just all of a sudden come back up. Push into your heels. Go a little lower until you start feeling it through all these hamstrings, all through the foot, all through the ankle into the heel, and then you come back up. Now push the iliac crests forward. Keep your butt tight. Keep your shoulders down. Now, at this point right now, I'll bet you some of you have locked your knees. Okay, don't lock your knees. When you unlock your knees, you got to shift in your foot to your heel. Okay? Come on back down now. Come on down. Come on down. A little lower, a little lower, a little lower. Going to your heels. Now push through your heels and come up. Push the iliac crest forward. Drop your shoulders. Yes, this is the work that needs to happen preceding very heavy lifting. Okay? And some of you are going to say, when you heard that, you're like, oh, well, this is not the workout for me. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, because I'm going to take you through really what we need to be doing to keep our bones. Okay, I'm down low. Where should I feel pressure? Where should I feel pressure? In the heels. Push hard. Come down lower. Get your butt lower. Okay, push hard and come up. Keep your knees soft. Push the iliac crest forward. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders and come up out of that. Yay. Okay. Take a big breath. Take your little weight. Put it right in front of that pillow. See that little pillow? Put it right in front of the pillow. Got it? Okay. Again, good to see you guys. And anybody joining us on YouTube and you didn't get all the prep work or you don't know what I'm doing, well, stay tuned. You'll figure it out along with us. I have my heavy weight or medium weight. It's in a form of a jug. I just filled up a colonoscopy prep bottle with water. It's 10 pounds. It gives a great handle. That's your kettlebell. Yay! And you didn't have to pay all that money to get a kettlebell. Anyway, or if you don't have that, just pick up a weight. That's perfectly fine. In fact, I'll jump over here and do it while you're getting set up. So here's this is 9. It could be 9 or 12. And let's say I don't have my little gallon jug. Well, here's the weight. It's right there. See that? So you can use either or. So now we're wide and we have our little carry weight, whatever it is, in front of us, right? So I'm going to step with one leg in front. Now we're moving into the class, y'all. And all I did was use that colonoscopy prep bottle and I carried it like right here, okay, for our warm up. Then I went into what we just did. Now I'm ready to do unilateral moves, okay? So anytime you go into unilateral moves, by virtue of that, you're going to be working balance. So what does that mean? You guessed it. This is just a weighted ball, similar to a bowling ball. And if any of you have a bowling ball and you want to use it in the class, great, that might work. Have your chair here because we're going to do unilateral work, okay? It's designed to give you a little throw off. So do you see this move that I'm doing here? See this move that I'm doing? Okay, I got my foot on the pillow. I got my chair here if I need it. See that? And for me, I'm going to really need this chair when I go to my weaker, my challenged leg, which is where my hip replacement is. This is my other leg, which this is my knee replacement, but it's stronger because I still have an intact hip here. Okay. So look at the back foot, and you see how I'm doing this kind of a thing? I'm going one hand and then I'm going the other hand. But what am I doing? Okay. Let me tell you what some of you are doing. You're bending at the waist and you're doing this kind of a challenge. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to bend at the knee, bend at the hip. So I took a lot of care in our warm-up to get you bending down, keeping your chin tucked. And see, I come up out of the hip hinge, then I go back down, I tap on my weight. But here's what I'm not doing. I am not taking my head and my shoulders lower than my hip. Okay? You have to get down there. See, I'm tapping, and I'm letting you use your kickstand back here. I'm letting you use this if you need it. But what you want to do is be on all four corners of that foot that's on the little pillow. And as I come down, I bend. So I want to fold all the way down. And then when you're coming up, you shove yourself up by these muscles. If you're persisting at doing this, this is not what I'm doing, okay? What I am doing is this. Look here. See this? I'm going down, 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 so that my head doesn't go lower than my butt. And I'm feeling it in through here so much more. Try to get your 8 to 10 of these little unilateral, it's actually a unilateral split squat is what it is, okay? Use your chair, take a breath, drop your shoulders, tap, come up, down, tap, come up. And see, keep your foot, all four corners functioning. You're not pushing into the toe or the heel at any one certain time. You're coming down a little more into the heel, but basically you're on all four corners of that foot. And do you see how I'm folding to get my whole self down as low as I can? And you should, this right here should be screaming right here. And your gluteal. Yes. Breath, 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 breath. Keep your chin tucked. Just two more, just two more, just two more. Yeah, make sure your back leg is straight. Your back foot, I meant. Your back foot. Oh, was that two? Oh, sorry. Kathy's yelling at me. Okay, take a breath. This should be super tight. Turn your foot out. See that? Turn your foot out. Again, we're going to do it on the other side, but I really want you to think about how you're moving down and coming back up. It should not be bending at the waist. It should be bending through the hip, through the knee, okay? So now that we're recovered, see this foot has been out and we're recovered. Keep our belly button in, not super tight. Don't hold your breath, okay? Shoulders down. Now I'm going to put the other foot here. I still have my chair here that I can hang on to if I need it, right? Now this is my challenge leg. So I have my kickstand in the back. But if you notice, my kickstand is not doing this, okay? It's straight on. Now, you can make this much harder by simply lining up your back foot behind your forward foot. But that's very advanced. Go ahead and widen, but keep your toes forward. You got it? Now, tight tummy, shoulders down, okay? I'm gonna bend both my knees, and I'm lowering my center of gravity down, and I'm gonna do a little tap, see, and a tap. And then I'm gonna come up, and see how I drifted, and I put my hand here, and I'm gonna come up. So I'm gonna do some corrections, okay? Tight tummy, drop your shoulder, bend, keep your chin tucked. Don't take that head down. Don't do it. Get your butt down. Go tap, tap, shove myself up. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders, bend. Don't take this front knee way out over your toe. That's a mistake. You're coming straight down, tap, and you're coming up. Use your chair if you need to stay on line, okay? See, if I come down here and I start leaning too much, then I'll use my chair. And then I'm going to come back up. Take a breath. So as you're coming down, you're on your toe in the back, pretty much. But now I'm bringing my heel down in the back, okay? And as I come down, man, I'm going all over the place. I'm primarily through my heel. When I go down, I come up. But you should just be zinging, woo, right through here and your gluteal. So don't take your upper body, your head, your shoulders down first. It follows. Push your butt back. So that whole first part of the program today, the class, I got you into hip hinging mode, right? That's what you're doing right now. You got to be pushing the butt back. If you don't do that, I can tell you, you will shove your knee way out and you will not come down as far as you need to, and you will start putting your head and your chest down first. Tap, tap. See, I'm pushing through the heel when I come down. I'm on my toe, and then when I come down, I bend. I come down, 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 tap, tap. Now push through the heels. Yeah. So this is working on that Achilles tendon in the back. It's stretching all the foot. It's using your foot properly. It's using your quad, your hamstring, your gluteal, like you can't believe. Can you imagine if we do this move and we're carrying a weight? So this is with body weight. We're just coming down on the very non-compliant surface, which is a pillow. And I'm having to really, my ankle is going all over the place, see? Keep your shoulders down, come down, push back. I got two more in me here. So this should be zinging here, and it should be zinging here. Do not do this fast. You come down, and then you push right up. Okay, take a breath. Bend, 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 bend. Get down, 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 down. Tap, tap, and come back up. And come back. Now, this should be just kicking. What do? Turn your toe out. Then tighten your tummy just a little. Drop your shoulders. And with the knee turned out here, you just push forward gently with your iliac crest right here. Okay? Push forward. Keep your shoulders down. Excellent. Hang out there for a little bit. Bring it back. Walk, 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 walk. Big deep breath. Yes. So it's about now that I'm going to go ahead and should have had these on. These are weight training gloves. If you don't have that and you have a bike glove, that will work just fine. Okay? Who would know? What I'm saying is when you're lifting and you're gripping and you're doing a lot of things with your hands, you need to support your hands. So a good weight training glove or a biking glove can help keep your fingers warm, and it can also help support the lift. Okay, take a breath. So what we just did was unilateral, one at a time, actually split stance squatting. And if you did it properly, and I'm just recapping with just seeing how everything's feeling, if it's recovered, see? So that kind of a thing. And then we did wide work. All right, so we're going to go wide now. All right, here we go. So I'm going to push back. Yeah. And I'm going to reach down here and I'm going to grab that kettlebell or that jug. Or if I don't have a jug, what am I going to do? I'm just going to grab my weight. Perfect. What I'm trying to show you is, let's say you're on vacation somewhere and you go, oh, I can't exercise with Jean today because I don't have all my weights. No. That's sluggy thinking, see? So you don't want to be a sluggy thinker, all right? So see here? When I come back up to this stance, many of you went into a locked position, okay? Don't do that. Now I'm going to go, turn. I'm pushing my butt back. I'm going to put it down. My knees are soft, bent, actually. I'm going to come up. I'm going to go wide, but I'm not going to lock my knees. Don't lock your knees, number one. Don't stick your toes out here like a duck, number two. Do a hip hinge. Turn, grab, pull. Right here. Don't lock your knees. Put it down. Do that little turn. See? Come back up. Don't lock your knees. Turn. Go down. Grab your weight. Your kettlebell, your free weight. This is about 10 pounds. You can do a 9 pound, 8 pound, 6 pound. I don't care. Your grocery bag, just fill up a bag with, items to equal around anywhere from 8 to 12 pounds is fine. Put it back down. So what I'm trying to get you to do is to train your movement patterns. As you're coming down, you come down straight. Then you turn, you grab, you bring it to this side. Okay, when you're in this position, ask yourself, did I lock my knees? Oh, geez, I did, see? I know, it's real natural to do that. But don't be on all four corners of your feet. Don't let your foot roll out. Don't let it pronate out. Pull the inside where your toe is, your big toe. Pull it in. Just put a little pressure on it. Now come down, put it down. Come back up. Push back. Grab, crossed. Come up. Don't bend your knees. Don't lock your knees. Here we go. Push that butt back. Come back. Set it down. Turn. Back. Set it down. Turn. Back. Set it down. Turn. Back. And this time we're going to bring it down and we're going to bring that weight right into our solar plexus. So this is just a 10 pounder. I'm into my heels right now. I'm pulling this right in to my rib cage, my belly button. Just pull it right in. Stay on your heels. Keep your chin tucked. Bring it right into the belly button. And it's only 10 pounds. And we're going to do it with 20 pounds here in just a minute because I have 2 colonoscopy bottles or gallon jugs. Okay. Take a breath. Yeah. And step back. Big breath. Yes. So I'm going to bring my knee up. I have my chair right here. So we've been doing a lot of this trajectory. Now I'm going to put my hand on my chair if I need to. Have it there. Shift. Bring my knee up. Come over here and just tap across midline. Okay, this is your midline, right down through your chest, right down through the rib cage, right down through the sternum. See, I'm going to come up like this. You need to make this knee soft. So I'm crossed over my midline. Keep the supporting legs soft. And you're going to do repeated knee ups, okay? It's a press. We're only going to do like 3, maybe 4. Okay, 1 more, and then bring it down. Do that little bend, okay? Here I go. Shift, drop your shoulders, soften your knee, bring the knee up first. Then cross your midline. Bring it over there, tap. And the only way you're lowering your center of gravity here is by bending your knee and pushing your butt back. So you need to bend your knee and push your butt back in order to get this kind of lowering of your center of gravity, okay? So this is great, great, great work to help you with balance and to also help you with fall recovery. It's these muscles that I'm working on right now that's going to help you with this, okay? 1 more. And bring it up and bring it down. Take a big breath. Yes. Step back. Do a split stance and swing those arms. So when you do kettlebell work or you're swinging a jug around like I'm doing today, you want to take frequent little breaks because, see, your shoulders are the ones that are the muscles and the structures that is really taking a pretty big hit here. And we're doing more repetitions because the jug is only 10 pounds. And yes, we are going to pick them both up. So now to bring the other foot forward, still in the split stance, right? And we're just swinging those arms that we just used to stabilize and lift with, okay? So I'm rolling back and forth. I'm keeping my shoulders down, okay? And I'm doing this nice thing. I'm doing this just for Marilyn because she likes this. So listen, this is a recovery move, and it's a very effective recovery move. And it's also hitting your balance because you have to stay grounded when you're swinging your arms around, right? You have to keep your shoulders down. You have to keep your belly button in, your knees soft, right? It's a great thing to do. And you can do it as often as you need to in any kind of a workout, okay? So now we're going to start doing 2 weights for a little bit. The reason I was working with 1 weight is because I was simulating picking the kettlebell up and putting it down. That some of you struggled through with me when I was in Tennessee because it kept freezing. So I'm just showing you that when you're picking up a load like 35 pounds, wow, it's very different. And it works all these functional core muscles in order to do that. But it's very heavy. So I'm going to invite you that if you can put 1 weight as heavy as you can with it. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to 18 pounds. And it's going to be 1 weight. Okay. So I like to do work that's unilateral, meaning 1 at a time. Because it trains your body very differently than if you have both at the same time, okay? It's a very different mechanism in your brain and across your core, across your back. So now I've got a very heavy weight because most of you that I know that's out there, you don't really have a kettlebell. If you do, great, put it right there. It could be 10, 15, 20 pounds. The one I was working with was 35 pounds, okay? So now I've got my wide stance, my knees are soft, and when I come down to grab that heavy load, what am I going to do? I am not going to round my back, number 1. I am going to push into my heels, number 2. I'm going to drop my shoulders, I'm going to go down here and grip that weight, okay, and bring it up. See that? Now I'm going to put her down. Lace your fingers, and you can do it any way you want to. You can be around the barrel. You could hold it like this, which would be fine. See how I'm pushing through the heels? So I'm pulling. What you don't want to do in this kind of a trajectory is you don't want to put your head lower than your butt. Get your butt down. How do you do that? You push your taillights back. Yes. Here we go. Down. Just tap it. Pull. Tap it. Heels. Pull. Okay, now we've done our bilateral pulls. Now I am going to do the unilateral that we just practiced with our jug just a few minutes ago. So now you've noticed I put my heavy weight way over on the side. I'm still in a wide stance, right? Now, if you're in a wide stance, many of you, me included, will tend to over roll on your foot. Don't do that. Tighten up here and pull the toe so that it's pressing down, okay? So you're going down. Yes, you are pushing through the heels. Your chin is tucked, but you see I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go over here and grab a weight. Now, let me give you a caution right now. I'm going to do a cross-body work. Many of you, when you saw me starting to do this, you know what you're doing? On the way down and in the bend, while I was bending, you know what you were doing? You were already turning. You don't want to do that. Go down straight, push into your heels, get down, then turn. Grab your pull, and then you're going to come right here to your knee. See, I'm not making my shoulders or my elbow or anything else lift. This whole lift is done with the biggest muscles in your body. It's done with your hamstrings, gluteals, quads, your back muscles, your shoulders, but it's not in a direct active pull. It's in a stability pull, okay? So I'm going to go back and grab. So I'm going to turn after I get down into my heels. Then I've got it, and I'm going to pull it right to here. Then I'm going to go back down, put it down, come back up. So I'm doing a lot of down and ups. Yes, I want to do that. See, I just bring it right across me. Now I'm going to go down straight on. Then I'm going to go across and come back up. Do it 2 more times on one side. Here we go. Right through here. Push. Bring that big toe down. Bring across. Pull. And right to here. Big breath. Yes. Here we go. Put it down. Come up. And I have one more on this side. Here I go. Down. Pull. Right to there. Bring it down. Put it down. So this should be quite a heavy load. Those of you who have these weights, I'm at 18, all the way up. Okay. Now I'm in wide stance. I'm over my little pillow. I got my chair here if I need it. I have my lighter pull. And for some of you, this would be just fine to do this move with. Plenty. But those of us who want a little heavier or can do it, I'm going to go all the way up with my weight there. Okay. So now I'm going to go down and I'm going to move the weight to the other side. Okay. So I'm going to go down here. And what am I going to do on the down? When I get down here, in order to pick that weight up, am I going to put my head lower than my butt? No, I am not. Right? So nobody's going to be a slug today. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to put it over here. See there? Now I'm going to push through the heels and come up. Okay, so every time, even in doing that, if you're paying attention and you're not doing that little funny head down position that we do when we go to pick something up, you're going to feel it much more right here. These are your stability muscles for your knees, but many of you are not activating them, okay? Because you do this funny thing. You put your head down, grab whatever you need, keep your legs straight, and then you're up. You never innervate. So I'm telling you, don't do that, okay? Here we go. Down, get your butt down, get your butt down. Now turn, now grab the barrel, and when you come up, you're pulling through the back in a good way, and you're not bending your arm, okay? Now, put your butt back, push your butt back. Now turn, put it over in front of the opposite foot and come back up. Go back down, straight on. Now grab it. Now come up, and it's right over here. Now push, bend your knees, and come back up. Take a breath. Down, push into your heels. Grab it. Here we are. Squeeze your butt. Don't lock your knees. Keep your chin down, shoulders down. Come down straight on. When you're down, then you go across. Okay, come back up. Open those thumbs out. Drop your shoulders. We got a few more, just a few. Remember the definition of few, 2 to 20. I'm not saying. Push your butt back. Soften your knees. Now go across. Now come back up. Don't lock your knees. I know it. I'm going to say it every time. I'm going to say it every time. That just means every. Ever. That means every. Here we go. Somebody needs to make a note of this. Kay, make a note of this. Ever should be put in that glossary that my other Kay did. Means every. Okay, you ready? Bend your knees. Push your butt back. Elisa is laughing right now. Every time. Yeah. Take a breath. Push your butt back. Do not put your head down first. Don't do it. Take your time. Get yourself down there. Feel these muscles. Then grab it. Then you come across. It's a big deal, y'all. Push. Put it down. Push. Come back. Push. All the way down. Grab it. Pull it across right to here. Push. Put it right down. Okay. Okay. I hear Kathy yelling at me. 3 more. Push down. Here we go. Pull it back here. Tighten your butt. Okay. Down. You go down first. Then you put it over there. Then you come up. Tighten. Big breath. Iliac crest or forward. Knees are soft. Now rotate back. Shine your taillights. Here we go. Pull. Breath. Drop your shoulders. Down. And this is going to be the last one. I know you're sad. Here we go. Push back. Grab. And put it right here. Yay. Okay. Now, since we've got it here, just put your other hand right here, like we do in a typical movement. If you were picking something up, drop your shoulders. Make sure you're not over rolling on your toes. Okay, here we go. You're going to pull. Then you're going to tap the sternum. Okay, yeah, the breastbone. Here we go. Tap. Breath. Here we go. This is my heaviest weight. So if I had a kettlebell or if I'm using my jug, I'm doing this curl. See? And I'm going to come back down. I'm going to keep my knees soft. Keep my shoulders down. Breath. And I'm just doing a bilateral curl. Keep your shoulders down. So now you're doing the same kind of a move that we did when we were warming up. And you're keeping those hip bones forward. Okay, don't take your head lower than your butt. Breath. Cool. Breath. Now stay with me. Stay with me. Bring it right to here. Do some repeats right to here. Your elbows at 90 degrees. And go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And put that weight down. Nice. Go right out here with your hands and hug and back out and hug and back out and hug and back out and hug. Keep your arms low if you have a shoulder issue, but you see I'm doing a gentle, high hip hinge. Okay, just to recover, breath, and back. Shake out, shake out, shake out. Okie dokie. Now, we're doing heavy carries today, and we're using a lot of the class, we're using one heavy weight, all right? And I used a 10-pound jug of water, all right? And any gallon jug, depending on, you know, what the plastic it is, but it's generally about 10 pounds, okay? Or I'm using my heaviest that I can handle on my weights. So here's my heavy weight, all right? So now I'm going to step in to the platform, okay? I'm going to do the fold. So what's the fold? That's a very practical thing to practice. See here? You're coming down and you're staying on all four corners of your foot, but now you're into your heels and you're going to fold just as far as you can down, okay? Now, as I'm down there, I'm going to grab my weight, my heavy weight with both hands. Now go into the heels and stand up. Now squeeze your butt really hard right now. Yes. Take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. Push your butt back. Don't be bending your arms. You do not. This is just a carry. So when we're doing carries, we generally don't bend our arms. Go down. Go into the fold. Go way down with your butt. Way down. Put it down and then come back. So why am I haranguing you on this move? Because in order to pick that up and in order to put it down safely, I have to bend, fold, right down. Many of us have lost the ability to do that. So I'm encouraging you to do it the best way that you can, but to push your joints properly in a folding down position. And you know what happens and why some of you can't do it and get your butt down? And because you have done this kind of a thing. You've gone down and you picked up things by bending at the waist mostly. Okay, that's not something you want to keep doing. You want to use these quads. You want to spare your knees. You want to really get a weight down there. It could be a big old heavy bucket. It could be this weight that we're using, heavy, okay? It's not going to hurt your shoulders. It's one of my best things to get a shoulder person, somebody with shoulder challenges to do. So I'm going to go down, and you notice it would be really easy for me to just, I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. It would be really easy for me to, as I approach my target, to just do this. That is not what you want to do. I'm telling you. And to make this even harder, see, I'm on a pillow or that spongy platform. In the fitness industry, it's called a compliant surface, okay? It's complying, it's sponging, see, all over. What is a non-compliant surface? A cement floor. It's very non-compliant. You're gonna hit that and bounce. Okay, are you ready? So as I go down, I'm going to be thinking. I'm folding, 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 going to the heels, into the heels, into the heels. Now reach down there, go into the heels a little harder. Grab your target. Don't bend your elbows. And you're going to pull it. So in effect, yes, you're doing a deadlift, but you're doing it properly. Here we go, down. Push into the heels. You're going to put your target down. Do not put it down by putting your head down first. Now grab it, push into the heels, and come back up. Okay? Here we go. 3 more, just like that. Heels, 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 heels. Get yourself down. Okay, grab it. Heels, heels, heels. Squeeze your butt. Come back down. Heels, heels, heels. Breath. And grab it and come back up. One more, one more, one more. Here we go. Heels, 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 heels. Get down there, get down there, get down there. Grab it and come back up. Nice. And step out of that. Now I'm going to put my little weights right on my pillow. Okay. So there it is. Oh, by the way, I loaded in the getting on the band. I loaded that this morning, so that one's on. Okay. We're going to sit down for just a second, but not very long, because all the muscles that we used, we're going to now use antagonistically. We're going to do one more sitting for the front musculature. So anytime you're using the front musculature to work, you're using the back to kind of give you some stability, okay? So we're using heavy weights today, right? Kind of carries, that type of thing. So I'm going to go over here. And when I'm sitting down, this is a primary time that when somebody goes down to pick up a heavier load, they end up pulling their back. Why? Because when they're bending forward, what are they doing with their back? Yeah, they're flexing it. They're rounding their back and they're grabbing this, and your back is hanging out there all by itself. So now, marshal the troops. Get your muscles all going with you. Step wide here. Okay? When you're coming down, all right, your big old back extensor muscles are so much more functional if you will hip hinge and come down. Okay? So we're going to grab this muscle, this weight with our hands, and we're going to be right down here, and we're going to bring it right here and go to our shoulder. Then we're going to come right here to the middle until you feel everything pulling. And then you're going to go boom. Okay? Breath. So if I had a kettlebell, or if I were using my big old jug of water, I could be hanging on to it. Just pull. Bring it back. Pull. So every time I come forward, where am I coming forward? What joint is really prepared and activated and doing this? Your hip. Yes. Keep your chin tucked. So I'm using all my muscles in my upper body to do this heavy weighted curl. Tap to the side. Curl. Tap to the side. Breath. Curl. Tap to the side. Breath. Yeah. Just a couple more. Hang on. Hip hinge. Hip hinge. Breath. Okay, last one. Both sides. Breath. And breath. Nice. Open your hands. Give yourself a hug. Drop your shoulders. Yeah. So we've been using our leg muscles a lot as well. So before we get up and do some of our last bits of work for our antagonistic muscles, or the opposing muscles, the ones that are act as a stability for your active muscle, we're going to do one more. So we're going to come back here, drop our shoulders. We're going to bring our leg up and just push our heel down. And then go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bring the knee up, plant, keep your chin tucked. So before I lift my knee, what am I going to do? Drop my shoulders, tuck my chin, okay? I'm going to open back until I feel my abdominal muscles contract, okay? It's called bracing. Drop your shoulders, bring that knee up, okay? Other knee. And then you're just going to put that heel down. See that? And you're just going to put that heel down just like that. You just put that heel down, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bring it down and bring it forward. Now on the way, getting up, we're going to stretch the hamstrings. Then we're going to turn, put our hand on our chair seat, and we're going to use our heavy carry, and we're going to do it unilaterally. Not to worry. Just watch. Good class today, y'all. I see you. I know. Don't whine. You're doing good. Okay, you ready? Now I'm going to go ahead and get up from this. See, it's wide. I'm wide. I'm going to go into it like this. I'm going to push into my heels. I'm not going to use my chair. When I was heading into my hip being replaced, you better believe I was using the chair. It hurt. And for some of you who are having arthritis in your hips and so forth, I'm telling you, this is what you need to do. You do the same thing we're doing, only you put your hands here. You push through your hands, but you have to keep your shoulders down. Okay, now you're coming at it and you're lifting right there, taking the pressure off of that part that really hurts. And then you're able to come up and you don't hurt yourself further, and you don't have to do that whole rocking thing, you know? Yeah, I won't go into that. Okay, so don't trip on anything. So we're going to do this kind of a work. Now, could you step on this and make it more difficult? Absolutely. Go ahead and step on it if you want to. So whatever foot is down, you're going to put that foot back. Okay, I'm sorry. Opposite. Okay, I'm going to pick the weights up on my right hand. I put my left foot back. Got it? So my front foot is right here. So I'm going to bend. I'm going to grab that weight, and then I'm going to come up with it. And I'm just going to come up. That's it. And back down. See that? So equal out your shoulders. Bend, grab, pull. Bring it down. Okay, so keep your chin tucked. Your your left hand is on the chair. Your left foot is back. You're going to reach down with the right hand. You are not bending your arms. You are pulling and just getting your shoulder level. Pull. Up. Pull. Up. Pull. Up. One more. Pull. And hold on to it right here and stretch that front leg. Pull the toe back. Bend yourself right down like you're going to put your forehead on the chair. And you're letting the back of the leg really stretch. Of this front leg. Rotate. Bring that leg up. Take a big breath. Take a break if you need to. And bring the other leg back. Okay? Yeah. So this time, just going to move your carry to the other side. That's all. Okie dokie. So now, my right hand is on the chair. My right foot is back. And I'm going to work it just a little bit while I'm getting ready to do the lift. See this? See, you bend your knee. You bend your elbows. Keep your chin tucked. And you're just doing a press back into the heels. So this one right here, people like Bonnie need to be doing this a lot. See this? This is a very gentle heel and Achilles and calf stretch. And you're doing it all in prep of getting ready to do a lift. Okie dokie? Okay, so I just did it a few times. Right hand on the chair, right foot back. Now I'm gonna really drop my shoulders. I'm gonna bend, I'm gonna grab my load. And I'm gonna bring that shoulder up. Then I'm gonna go down, bring it up, down, bring it up. So I'm doing this with a lot of leg work. I'm not overworking or hurting my joint, but the stability that needs to happen right now through your shoulders, through your back, working unilaterally. Wow, it's huge. Okay, just two more. Here we go. One more. And put it down. Now, rotate that toe. Bring that front leg straight. And keep the back knee bent. And you're bringing your head down like you're going to put your head on the little chair, the little kitchen chair. Hold on to it there. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Now, bend your knees. Come right in together. And we're right down here. We're going to come up right there. Now I'm going to turn my chair around because we did a lot of back extensor work. So I'm going to take a wider than my shoulder stance. I'm going to put the heels in my hands right at the top part of my hips, the very low back. I'm going to release my tummy muscles, but I'm going to drop my shoulders, drop my chin, and I'm going to push my hips, my hip bones into the back of the chair, okay? No, it doesn't have to touch, but that's where you're going with it. You're opening up this whole hip extensors, okay? Drop your shoulders. And your knees are soft. They are not locked, okay? So stay in that position. Take a breath. Drop your shoulders. Stay in that position for as long as you can. At least 30 seconds. At least. Okay? So release. You're not tightening now. Nothing's tight on the shoulders, on the butt. You're pushing your iliac crest forward. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath. Your knees are soft. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put your hands on the back of the chair and come out of that. Take a big, deep breath. Turn that chair back around. And this is a very important move to end on, y'all. We're going to bring this leg up here. Okay? For some of us out here, this is a hard thing. Because how many times have you tripped, lost your balance, trying to put your foot up that high on a chair? So some of you may say, well, I hadn't done that in years. So I'm telling you, get yourself backed into a wall. So if I were going to do this with somebody who I knew struggled with balance or movability because they have a hard time getting their leg up. And I can tell you, I struggle with this one because this is my knee replacement. It's tight, okay? Your supporting leg is always soft, okay? Put your hand on the back of the chair. Help yourself if you need to, but lift the knee up. That's the point. Now, some of you need to have lower chairs, need to have a lower bench, and that's okay too. What I'm trying to get you not to do is this little cheater move, see? Because that means you don't have to lift straight up, okay? So a chair is a perfect thing to practice, but if you're by yourself and you get off, it's going to be hard to get that foot down. So use a lower stool, and or back yourself into a wall so that if you do lose your balance, you got the wall there, okay? Then practice this. See, this is a great cool down, number one. And especially with what was preceded was pretty heavy lifting, okay? See how I come up? And I know this one's my challenge. So I'm gonna prep myself, bring that knee up, put it down. That's what I want you to practice, is that lifting, lifting, lifting. And don't do it fast. It's got to be slow, okay? So good class, you guys. I'm going to unrecord us.